your vibe, let's just take our time, just relax your mind. It's easy, don't have to decide. You do, I do, I. Hey guys, it's Bree and welcome back to my channel. So, today's video is going to be a little different. I'm not going to be doing the makeup tutorial or vlogging or any of that. Today we're going to talk a little bit so I can get to know me and things like that. And I have my drink here for me to drink while we're chit-chatting and stuff like that. Got me a nice margarita. And it's so good, y'all. It's like yummy, yummy. It's a big one in this little cup right here. So, so good. Anyway. And it's a double shot. So, yeah. So, I just wanted to make this video for those who messaged me and wanted to know what was wrong with me and things like that, which I really do appreciate y'all asking rather than assuming or anything like that. So, yes, let's get on to this video. Well, my name is Bree, and I'm 28 years old, and I am from Texas, born and raised in Texas. I am a college student. This is my last year, and my major is in psychology. I have 2 more classes, and then I will graduate, and I do plan on going back to school just to hire my degree, to get my master's degree, because I'll be graduating with my bachelor's degree. So yes, that's me, or whatever. So, yeah. So here's a little backstory about my life. When I was born, everything was fine. I was normal. Just a normal baby, toddler, all that. But when I turned 6 months, my mom realized that I was not doing baby things. Like, I was not crawling. I wasn't setting up by myself. I wasn't anything like that. And so that was concerning, So, when I was 6 months, I got diagnosed with SMA, and it's a muscular disease. It's called spinal muscular atrophy, and it messes with your muscles, where your muscles deteriorate over time, which you lose your muscle mass. Basically, that's what it is. And I have asthma, and so when I was about 7 years old, my mom woke me up to get ready for school, and I was wheezing, asthma stuff, and so she gave me breathing treatment. So I took my breathing treatment, and that did not help, and so she called my doctor and told me to go in, and I went in, and come to find out my lungs had collapsed. So when your lungs collapse, it's hard for you to breathe, and you need help with breathing. You need assistance with breathing, and so that's why I have this trait here, this lovely thing right here on my neck. I have a trait, and I have a machine on the back of my wheelchair, and it helps me breathe. And so I had to have surgery to get the trait put in, and they told us that I would not be able to talk or to eat or anything after I got my trait in, and that we needed to come up with some way that me and my mom or my family can communicate. So I remember, like, maybe the night before my surgery or a couple of days before my surgery, me and my mom came up with sign language that we understood when I'll do it, what I want, or anything like that, because we were expecting that I would not be able to talk. So the next day of surgery, I go in and I come out of surgery, and I'm asking for my mom. And mind you, I'm not supposed to be talking or anything like that, and so when I came out of surgery and I'm talking, asking for my mom, it threw the doctors and the nurses for a loop. They did not know why I was talking. They didn't know how I was talking. None of that. And so, yeah, so I came out talking, and they were just so shocked. And for when I went in to have the trach put in, they also had to put a feeding tube in me because I wasn't supposed to eat. I'm not supposed to eat, but or drink. But mind you, I eat and I drink all that. But I have to have my feeding tube to get food that way. And at that time, I was skinny, like real skinny, like Ethiopian skinny. Like you can see my bones. If I have a picture, I would definitely post a picture so I can see how I looked. When on the topic, and I also post a couple of baby pictures for y'all, so y'all can see those as well. But I had to take these medicines that help with like nutrition and kind of help me gain weight and stuff like that. And mind you, when I would get sick, I wouldn't want to eat. I couldn't eat. So that was another reason why I had to feed it to. For when I wouldn't eat, they'll be able to give me food through there or milk through there. And so yes, I came out talking, eating, drinking. I surprised all the doctors when that happened because they told me most people with tricks can't talk or they need help talking with it, and here I am just talking. And so yeah, I was in the hospital for probably like 5 to 6 months. My mom had to take classes to learn how to do everything before we were able to go home. I was in the hospital in San Antonio, Texas for a long time, and with SMA also comes scoliosis. So I had really bad scoliosis to where I was constantly in the hospital because I always leaned to one side, and that side that I would lean on, my lungs weren't open. And so it caused me to always have pneumonia and be sick in the hospital with pneumonia all the time. And so around 2005, I want to say, I had a major back surgery that put rods in my back to straighten out my scoliosis. And so I did that, and I was in the hospital probably like a month or so, and I had many surgeries, and I can definitely say that one was the toughest. It was the toughest surgery. I swear, probably like a day after surgery. Sorry, a day after surgery, maybe even 2 days after surgery, they made me sit up in a chair, and oh my gosh, that pain. That pain was something serious. And so yeah, so I had my back done, and ever since I got the rods put in my back, I'm not in the hospital as much because of my lungs. It's open and not being squished all the time due to my scoliosis and me being on that lung all the time. And then, so prior of all this, when I first got diagnosed with SMA when I was 6 months, they told my mom that I would not live past 2 years old. And then here comes when I was 2. I'm still here. And then they said I was 4 years old, and I was still here. And then they said that I wasn't gonna make it until I wouldn't make it past 6. Like 6 was my limit. It was after that, no more. And I'm so thankful that my mom fought for me, and believed in me and herself and anything like that, because if not, like, she probably just would have let me go, like took me off the vent and was like, okay, whatever, But she didn't, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for my mom and all that. But so 6 years come around, I'm still here. I'm doing fine. And they told my mom that I would not make it to adulthood, 18 years old. And so, mind you, I'm 28. I just turned 28 in December. And so when 18 came, I turned 18, I was able to celebrate my 18th birthday. Your girl went all the way out because I beat the odds of what the doctors were saying that I wouldn't. So, to me, my birthdays every year are big to me. Like, they're a big deal because I'm not even supposed to be here or any of that. And so every year I enjoy myself. I do it big. I all that every year because you know it, God, only God knows when your time is up. And I feel like the doctors can tell you and do all this, but as long as you have all the faith in God and you believe in God, and you can do it. You can fight through that. You can show all your doctors wrong, prove them wrong, and all that. And that's basically what I did. I proved my doctors wrong. I fought. I everything. And so yeah. So and with me, I got my trach so at a young age, and most people with SMA, they're not on trachs yet, and um, they have to use a BiPAP at night or something like that, or and so since I was the first one that had SMA, that was on the vent already, and that was talking and eating, drinking, and all that. It was something new for the doctors. Like, it was something very new to them. So I am basically the first one with SMA type 2, because there's like 4 different types. I know for sure there's 3. And I was reading something that there was a 4th type, but I'm not real sure about that. But type 1 is like the severe type where you are not supposed to live past like the baby stage and all that. Then type 2, you live, but they talk about not living to adulthood and stuff like that. And type 3 is the one that's not as bad as type 1 or 2. Like, type 3, people with type 3 can still walk and all that kind of stuff. So I am the first one with type 2 on a vent in a trait that eats, drinks. I'm very more advanced. I can still use my hands, like you can see, because I do my makeup and stuff like that. I can still brush my teeth. I can feed myself and all that. And most people do need to depend on other people to help them with that. And I like to say the only reason why I am the way I am and as advanced as the way I am is because my mom did not play no games. Like, she was not gonna baby me. She was not nothing. If I could do it, I had to do it on my own. Like, she wasn't the type to like make my disability get in the way of life and trying to function and do things on my own. So that is a plus. Like I said, I'm so thankful for my mom and my family. They're like the best support system, because without them, I don't know if I'll be here. And if I would be here, I wouldn't be here talking, making this video. I wouldn't be here making makeup tutorials, like none of that. So I am very blessed and happy with my family, God. Most importantly, without God, I would not be here. And so, yes. And I was not always wheelchair bound. I used to walk on a walker, and I could hold on to things and walk around. And so it's around 7 when I was in the wheelchair, or when I got my trach. I was bed bound for so long, and I lost a good amount of muscles in my legs, and that is why I am currently wheelchair bound right now, because of me not being able to walk around, or like when I was at home, like I would sit up on the side or stand up on the side of the bed and stuff like that, just so I can maintain those muscles in my legs. But once the hospital happened and the trach, I lost all that, and so that is why I am in a wheelchair, and I can feel everything. I'm not paralyzed or anything. I feel everything. I can move my legs a little bit. I'm just not strong enough to like actually stand on them by myself. And so yeah. So that is my backstory of my life, and how I am here today, and how I got my trach and all that. I recently, back in October of last year, 2020, I actually finally got my feeding tube removed. Um, um, I, I haven't used it in a while because I'm so, I can eat and like my medicines, if they're pill forms, like I'm able to swallow pills and stuff like that. And so, probably like the last, well, for a long time, I was not using my feeding tube, so it was basically just there. And so, we finally got that taken out. My doctor said everything was good. So this past October, I had got my feeding tube taken out, which I had in for um, 27 years. Well, no, I'm lying. I'm sorry. 20 years before I finally got it taken out. I got the feeding tube at the same time I got my trach, which when I was 7, and I'm 28 now. And guys, let me tell you, when I got that feeding tube taken out, like I was happy. Don't get me wrong, because I just felt like it was in a way and all that. But it gave me hell. Like it gave me so much hell. Um, I had it in for so long. So when they took it out, the doctor said it would take 25 to 48 hours for my hole to close completely. And so, and mind you, he took it out in the office, in his doctor's office. He just snatched that shit out, and that was it. Put a gauze over it because it was leaking, because I had just, I think I ate and drank before I even went to that appointment. So basically everything that I was eating and drinking was coming out. Sorry, I know it's a little gross. But, so yeah. So, he said leave the gauze on that whole day, and tomorrow take it out, everything which should be fine. Well, sorry guys. Everybody wanna bother me when I'm doing the video. Okay, so, the next day, I'm eating, and I told my mom, I was like, we can change or take the gauze out when I'm done eating, just in case, like, it's not closed and food's still gonna come out or something, and, so I wait. I ate, what did I eat? Subway. I ate Subway. And so, after I was done, my mom went ahead and, did the gauze. She took it off. And guys, when I tell you, everything that I ate came out, it came out. And so, I won't go into too much detail because I know it's a little gross, a little nasty. And so, that happened for a good, almost a month. And he just kept telling me, like, it's gonna close, like, don't worry. Well, I ended up getting real sick because, um, everything that I would intake just came right back out of that hole. So I wasn't holding food in, I wasn't holding any kind of liquid in, so I ended up getting real dehydrated. Um, I got real dehydrated. My potassium was low. Basically, everything in your body that helps you maintain yourself and move around and all that was low. And I knew something was wrong because it got to the point to where I could not hold my head up. I could not lift my arms up. I couldn't do anything that I usually do. And I just knew, I know my body, and I just know something is not right, and something wasn't right. And so I go to the emergency room, and sure enough, every single thing in my body was low. Basically, if I didn't go when I did, I could have died. Like, it's not even funny. It's not joking. I would have been like dead in my house, type of thing, because everything in my body was low. I had it was just bad. It was just so bad. And then prior of all of that, I had surgery because they're gonna go in from the inside and try to cut off the hole. And that surgery went horrible long, so long. The hole didn't even get to get closed. They messed up my throat when they were trying to stick the thing down my throat, and I had a sore throat after surgery. It was so sore, I was crying, and they said that, well, the doctor said that he scratched my throat, and so, just could give it a couple of days, it will be fine. My throat never got fine, and so when I went to the hospital for the issues that I was having with my stomach, being dehydrated and all that, come to find out I had an abscess where he messed up my throat. And if they didn't catch that abscess, I could have went septic. It could have infected like my whole blood, and I could have died. Like, seriously. And so I had to have a procedure done where I was awake. They just numbed my neck a little bit, and I was under like it's like a CAT scan machine kind of. I was under there, and they just numbed me like right here, and they had to go stick a big needle in there and drain out all the abscess that was in my neck. And so the first time we only got 1 cc out, and let me tell you, that 1 cc took a lot of pressure off my neck. Like, my neck wasn't as sore as it was. It wasn't as painful. Like, nothing. Like, and that 1 cc did a lot. And so I was on antibiotics the whole time I was in the hospital. I was almost in the hospital. I want to say 3 weeks I was in the hospital. I was on antibiotics the whole time. Then I had to go get another CAT scan just to make sure the abscess didn't come back and the bubble didn't refill with stuff. And sure enough, it did. So I had to go back in the second time to get the same procedure done. And this time they got 3 cc's of fluid out. And I'm just like, how is it the first time we only got 1 cc and this time it was 3 cc's? Like, it did not make sense to me. And so, yeah. So I was in there for 3 weeks, and while I was in there, since I originally went in from my stomach, they went in and did like little holes around my stomach. They went in that way to close the hole of my stomach from the inside, instead of torturing me again and trying to go down my throat like they did the first time. And I had a whole different doctor than the first time, and this doctor was so much better. He did not sugarcoat anything. Like, he just told me how, like, what it is, how it's gonna be. And so I was able to get my hole in my stomach closed the time I was in the hospital, and they caught everything that was wrong. So I was so blessed for that they were able to catch other things that was wrong instead of sending me home and not telling how it would be. And so I was in there for 2 weeks. I got out. After I got out, I had to be on antibiotics at home, or antibiotics for another month maybe. And yeah. So the end of 2020 was definitely hell, y'all. Let me tell you, it was hell. And so I am hoping and praying for a better 2021. I know it's very February, but in January, my January, it started out kind of crazy, girl. I ain't gonna lie. It started out kind of crazy. I'm like, look, we are not starting off the year like this. We about to do something because we are not starting off like this. And so yeah, that is my story. I could go on and on. There's a lot. I just like kind of. Oh, I think my cord. I mean, oh, it's still recording. I kind of just kind of short it down for y'all because it's a lot. I'm 28 years old and I've been through a lot of crap. So if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to DM me on my Instagram or comment down below. I'll put my Instagram right here so that y'all can follow me and ask any questions that y'all may have. And also, I did this look today. Let me zoom in so I can see a little bit. Okay, I did this look. I used the Lisa Frank Morphe palette. So if y'all want to see how I did this look, I did start recording it and then I don't know what happened and I stopped. So if y'all like to see how I did this look, just let me know, comment down below or DM me on my Instagram and I will definitely do this look for y'all. It was very simple and easy. I only used 3 eyeshadows for this look and one of them was not in the Lisa Frank Morphe palette, which is the glitter. I used something else for that. So yeah, if y'all want to know, y'all want to know how I did it, or see how I did it, let me know, and I will definitely do that video for y'all. And thank you guys for all y'all who support me and all that. I really do appreciate it. I do hope this video explains a lot for those who were wondering and who don't really know who I am. Don't be scared to ask any questions. I'm very open. I'm an open book. I'll whatever. So just let me know and yeah. So thank you guys and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I'm almost on my goal, y'all. So I'm thinking about doing something special once I hit that goal. So let me know if y'all want like a giveaway maybe or something. I have a whole bunch of makeup that I don't use. That's not used. If you like makeup, I can, do a giveaway with makeup. Yeah, lashes, anything. Just let me know and we'll go from there. Thank you guys. Bye.